Probably all of us have our own special personal Christmas memories from over the years. Some are really wonderful, like the year we got our first bicycle. Some are less than wonderful, like the year everybody got sick from Aunt Cornelia's stuffing. Whatever it is, we all have something. And as you get older and older, you accumulate these Christmas memories, and we often talk about them at this time, and some of us repeat ourselves as we talk about them. Allow me to say something about that. When I was in 6th grade, we were having a Christmas show. And our teacher, Sister Catherine Sienna, called it a Christmas spectacular. And all of us in 6th grade, of course, wanted to be part of it. It was a big deal. And the whole thing ended with this massive retelling of the Christmas story with Mary and Joseph. And there were lots of juicy parts. The angels, the 3 kings, Herod, all of these people and we all wanted the big parts, and I got shepherd number 4. Shepherd number 4 had one line made up of 4 words. So shepherd number 4 was not as happy as he could have been. But we went through it, and the shepherds number 1, 2, and 3 got to describe in detail what the angels were doing up in the sky and crying, "Glory to God in the highest," and the Messiah is born, and all of these wonderful things, and that they're singing the glory of God. Shepherd number 4 stands forward. "I heard it too." Then he stepped back. Well, over the years, that memory comes back to me. And I'm saddened that at the time I didn't realize the impact that that line could have. And maybe it took lots of years of reflecting on Christmas and that line and my own history. I heard it too. If you think about it, that's what all of us should want to be able to say about what God tells us. Let's pull the sentence apart. I. This reminds us that when God communicates to us, he does it personally, to each of us, in a very intimate and often quiet and gentle way. That God looks at us individually as his beloved creation and talks to us intimately, beautifully, caring about each of us as his children. That is a wonderful, wonderful thing to know, that we're not just some kind of corporate group of humans. God speaks to us. And so we can say, I heard it too. But then that second word comes up. I heard it. I heard. And that must mean that we need to be quiet and listen. That God is communicating to us over and over and over again, but part of the equation is that we stop talking for a moment so that we can actually listen to him, hear what he's saying, take the time to notice that he is communicating to us over and over again. And that takes work, because it's difficult, especially in our busy and noisy world, to listen to one another, and especially to listen to God. And so I heard it too. We hear it if we take the time. And then comes that curious third word. I heard it, 2 letters long. What is it the shepherd heard? The proclamation from the angels that the Messiah is born. God gave us the greatest gift he could give us, which was his son, Jesus, to come to our world and show us that we are so loved that his son becomes one of us, lives among us, shows us how to live our lives so that we have lives of meaning and hope, so that we can know that God cares about us so profoundly that he sends someone to show us that his comfort, his compassion, his healing is always offered. That's the it that we are listening to, that we heard. Finally, that little adverb at the end. I heard it too. T-O-O. Big deal. It is. It reminds us that it's not just me and God, or you and God. It's us. The shepherd hears it too, along with everyone else. And that's very, very important. Because in our life here, we need one another, praying with and for each other, walking with and for each other, learning from each other. All of that is part of what it means to be human, and certainly what it means to be Christian. We work together, and we become God's people together. And so, yes, it sounds like a simple and throwaway line, I heard it too. But what a wonderful thing it might be if that at the end of this Christmas day, at the end of this Christmas season, at the end of the year, we can say in terms of God speaking to us, I heard it too. That we hear it every day, that it changes us for the better, that we become the people God created us to be, and that then we can really live a life of peace, purpose, joy, and love. That's what Christmas is about. God speaking to us intimately, God showing us his love by sending his Son, God giving us one another to share that wonderful gift with, and then sending us out into the world to share it with even more people. Let us ask that we might become those people who are not afraid to say, I heard it too.